Good evening, students. In today's video we are going to discuss about capacitor. Okay, in general language or in the language of electrician, this is further known as condenser. So what is capacitor or condenser, or what is the use of it? This is what I am going to explain you, even the principle of this particular capacitor. So in your daily life you are using this capacitor in your home, in the electric appliances. Where exactly it is used, I am telling you. So in your fans or in the electric motor, there is a term which is known as condenser. Okay, and if that condenser is not working properly, then your fan or your electric motor cannot be started. Because students, when we start the fan or the motor, it requires a very high amount of energy. Okay, and that energy cannot be provided by your regular electric appliances or by your regular electric supply, that is 2 to 0 volt. So how to get out this large amount of energy? So that is why a temporary storage is required, and that is known as capacitor. So students, this is how a normal condenser or a capacitor looks like. Okay, something is written here, and that is written about farad. Okay, that is unit, that how much farad, picofarad it is actually using. So this is what is written, and now you can become familiar with this particular. You have seen it in your day-to-day life. So this is about capacitor, and this can store a large amount of energy and large amount of charge. And whensoever we are requiring it, it can transmit it to us. Now students, how this store the energy, or what is actually the requirement of this? So I can give you further more examples. For example, suppose we require suppose 1000 liter of water. Okay, and then we have to just smash it on the wall. So how to get out 1000 liter of water? And suppose we have a bucket of only 10 liter. So the solution is just keep on saving 10 liters water until it becomes 1000 liter, and just directly smash it on the wall. This is not the solution that 10 liter we will provide, 10 liter again we will provide. No, at a time, at an instant, that energy is required. So in the similar way, suppose I require a very large amount of charge or very large amount of electricity. So because I am telling you, it cannot be supplied by your regular electricity. So that we use our temporary storage, and that is capacitor. In general language, this is known as condenser. So how this stores the energy? This is what we are going to discuss. So students, suppose I have a particular conductor, okay, an iron rod or a conductor, and I am giving a charge to it. And whenever I provide the charge to a conductor, it is just reside on its surface. So as we can see, the surface is residing the charge. So charge is stored on the surface, and I have shown that I have stored the charge. Now students, as we know, when I will further increase the charge, so what will happen? When another layer will be created. Now because of this, one condition will strike when this particular charge will become as greater that it cannot hold out the charge, and because of a very high potential, the charge will starting leakage. Okay, the nearby air molecules will become active, okay, and will become ionized, and they will become ionized, and they will start neutralizing the charge. For example, in air molecules, one electron is there, and we are giving more charge, and one electron is neutralizing one proton, further charge is neutralized. So now there is no benefit if we are giving the charge and it is neutralized by the air particles. So what is the solution? So students, solution is to reduce the potential. If we want to increase the capacity of a capacitor, then surely we have to reduce the potential. And for reducing the potential, we did something, and we are bringing one more plate near to this, one more rod near to this. Now students, because of this particular positive charge which is accumulated on the surface, all the negative charge will attract towards it, and this particular plate, one end, will become totally negatively charged. And because of absence of these negative charge, the outer layer will become positively charged. Now students, what is exactly happening out? Now the potential is reduced. This was a very high potential, but this is a comparatively low potential. So resultant is going to be low potential, and this is what the solution is. For example, suppose I have a container and I am providing water to it. Okay, and when this will filled out, I can no longer fill more water. But okay, and why this is holding out? Because the height is totally filled. So when I want to create a kind of storage device, I want that this particular device, when more water is added to it, its height don't increases. So that is why, suppose I am making in this way. So in 5 liter, the condition of this particular container was this much. And for the same 5 liter, this container is filling up to this height only. So when I reduce the height, when I reduces the height, the capacity of the container increases. Now correlate this height with this potential. When we will reduce the potential, then we can store more charge. So same we are doing. So because of this negatively charged plate, now the potential is reduced, and because of reduced value of potential, we can store more charge. Yesterday also we have studied that capacity, okay, is Q is directly proportional to V, and Q is equal to CV, and C is equal to Q by V. Even by mathematical way, we can see C is inversely proportional to V. So this is how we can increase the capacitance of a particular conductor. Now suppose we want to further increase the capacitance, then what else we can do? So students, even this high potential is in the favor of increasing the potential, this particular positives. Okay, so suppose I make it grounded, and when I will make it grounded, all the positively charged particles known as proton will neutralize. How these will neutralize? We can say from ground, electron will start it coming to this particular, and they will neutralize one by one, one by one, one by one. All the positive charge will be added to the ground, or we can say electrons will make it neutral. Okay, because in the language of physics we cannot say that actually protons are getting out, or protons cannot travel. Okay, only electrons can travel, so electrons are coming out and they have neutralizes. So I think so this is clear to you. Now this is how one capacitor is made out, and this is also known as parallel plate capacitor. As you can see, two parallel plates are aligned and potential is reduced and it can store more charge. Okay, and what is the capacitance of a conductor? This I will tell in my next video. I hope you understood it. Thank you. God bless you.